Alright you guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be about retiring early. So a lot of people are using what's called the FIRE method. They are retiring in their 30s and their 40s a lot sooner than a lot of our grandparents and great-grandparents did. There's no longer the retirement of 65 or 70 years old. You can retire as early as sometimes 30 and 40 years old using this method. Now, let's just say you're like, well, I'm already over 40, I'm 50, I'm 60, I'm 70, I'm 80. It's okay, you can still put this method into place. It's better, what do they say, better now than never. And also, even if you don't get to a certain point, like let's say you don't get to 2 million or 3 million, that's still okay. At least you'll have 500,000 in the bank. You'll have 100,000 in the bank. You'll have something. I mean, something's better than nothing, right? So I think today we're just going to try to get you on the right path to get something in your bank account, even if you started late in life, okay? So the early retirement method that a lot of my clients are starting to use, and people that I know, they are doing, of course, the Airbnb business. Airbnb is a very great, lucrative business right now. So you definitely want to start looking into that if you're not already doing that. So that can bring you in an extra income of $500 to $2,000 to $3,000 a month. Of course, there's people making a lot more, $10,000, $20,000 a month, but they own hundreds and they have several units. I think for simplicity in starting out, especially if you already still have a job, you may want to just start with like maybe 4 of them and then bringing in an extra anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 a month, just having 4 units. I think that's a good start, because that's some good extra money on top of your day job or whatever else you're doing. Another thing is, of course, real estate. Real estate has helped me a lot as far as having a lot of extra income and being able to be self-employed and be financially independent. So real estate, you can buy a duplex, you can live in one unit and you can rent out the other unit. Duplexes do qualify for the down payment assistance program, just in case you don't have enough for the down payment. And also it does, as long as you're going to live in one of the units and rent out the other unit, you are able to put down only 3 and sometimes as low as 5%. So you don't need to hold 20% that you typically need when you're buying an investment property, as long as you're going to live in one unit. So that gets you started as well as far as building your real estate portfolio and providing some extra income on top of the income stream you're getting from work. So you can do the same method with a triplex, which is 3 units, and a fourplex, of course, 4 units. Live in one unit, rent out the other unit, and have those units paying down your mortgage, as well as providing an extra cash flow to you, as well as the depreciation you get to take on properties, which is going to provide you the tax break, okay? And that tax break is against your income you're making at your day job, so that's going to lower your taxes, so that's going to put more money in your pocket, and you're able to save a lot faster to get to your goals. So I want to give you guys an example. We have one of our clients, they have a single family home, they have their primary residence, and one of the spouses is looking to leave work a little early. And let me be clear, when I say somebody's retiring early, don't think we're just sitting around not doing anything. Of course not. It is not, how should I say, like, human beings need something to live for, something to get up out of their bed in the morning and strive for and contribute to. So the whole idea against the early retirement, financial independent movement is not about just retiring and laying around watching TV or sitting on the beach drinking tequila, taking tequila shots and drinking Mai Tais. That is nowhere near what the people that I have spoken to are trying to do with their life. They are just not in the career they are just not doing what their real true passion is in life. So, but they also cannot leave their jobs because they need that income from their job. So what this movement does, and what I teach my clients, as well as the movement that other people are starting to discover, called the FIRE movement, the financial independence, retire early movement, is they are noticing that if they put away a certain amount of money, have a certain amount of investment, it replaces their income from the job that they no longer want to be in. And then they're able to now go off and do things that they have the real passion to do. So I'll just give you an example. Let's say I was like, I want to spend my life saving dolphins, and I really do love dolphins. But let's say they're becoming, they're, I forgot where that was, that they are killing a lot of dolphins, and you want to be an advocate for dolphins, right? But maybe it doesn't pay to be an advocate for dolphins, or maybe you just find yourself, maybe you need to travel to certain parts of the world and stop the killing of these dolphins, right? But you can't leave because you're stuck at this job where you have to be there 40, 60, 80 hours a week, and you need that income in order to provide for your family. So, but what if you could replace your income, right? Let's just use a number just for some simple math, 50,000 a year, okay? You were able to get enough properties and enough stock investments that, now your passive income is 50,000 a year. It doesn't even have to be 50, maybe it's 40,000, close enough, right? And you said, well, at this time, I'm thinking I can now leave my corporate job or whatever job I have that I don't like. And now I can dedicate my life to bringing awareness to this cause. Or I can go and take a chance and move to this country and work on this project that I always wanted to work on until the money comes in. Because sometimes there's certain career paths that it is not lucrative in the beginning, but it can become lucrative towards the end. So that's like modeling and what's the other one? Acting. What if you're just like, I love acting. It's all, I want to be in theater on Broadway. It's all that I want to do, whether they pay me or not. This is my passion. And I want to teach kids ballet. That's my passion. I could get up every day and teach kids ballet. But you can't leave your $100,000 a year job to go volunteer to teach kids ballet or whatever, or go sing in a Broadway musical. So by doing this method, you are going to be able to do that. And that's what we're showing clients how to do. And that's what people are also learning throughout the world. There's been books written on it. But let's get back to some of the things you can do to get there. Definitely the stock market. I mean, as much as I love real estate, but the stock market is one way. So you definitely want to be putting money into your 401k. You definitely want to be getting a company match if you can. I am going to make a video on comparing a 401k to real estate investing, and it's kind of interesting because even though I say invest in a 401k, and when I do the other video, it's a lot of like contradicting. You're like, oh, you said, but I need to explain. Stocks are fantastic, but if you want to be self-employed like within under 5 years, real estate is still the way to go. And I'm going to tell you, okay, with real estate, oh, I got off track, guys. Let's go back to the beginning. Sorry, and I'm gonna get to that one. Okay, I'm gonna get to that one. I promise. Bear with me, because there's so much I want to teach you. So bear with me. So much comes to my mind. I want to get it all out and help you, and it's just so much. So, okay. So where were we? We were talking about people creating. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people think that when you're retired or you're self-employed or whatever, that you don't, and you're just sitting around and doing nothing all day, and that is so not true. Since I've been self-employed, I've been doing a lot of things within my passion. I'm able to give back more. I'm able to help more people because I have the time to do so. When I was in a job where I had to be somewhere, like on someone else's time, on someone else's clock, then it limited my creativity. It limited what I can do and say and things like that. And so, and definitely had to get out of that and follow more of my passion, which is what I'm doing now. And I'm really enjoying life. It's very blissful now than it was then. So, okay, so we were talking about the 401k. So I was telling you guys, make sure you're investing in your 401k. If you do have one, go ahead and do it. If you can take an extra job, go ahead and take an extra job so you can save that extra money, like live off of your daytime income or your full-time job income, and then take the money from your extra job and save and invest that money. Okay, so that's another way you can do it. And then, like I said, duplex, triplex, fourplexes, living in one unit, renting out all the other units, and just keep repeating that process until you have enough units to replace your income where you don't have to work for someone else. And then the Airbnb business is also a very lucrative business. So that is those things that you can be doing now. You can also be creating content. You can be doing Instagram, YouTubing, Facebook, creating content, building your community and tribe. You can be doing that now while you have a job. And over time, just keep adding to it and growing it out. So then when you do leave your job that you don't have a passion for, you already have your other passion up and running, and then you can just get it going from there. Whereas if you're trying to start it from scratch, after you leave your job, sometimes you even find out that other thing you thought you wanted to leave and go do wasn't even your passion once you start doing it. So, or you didn't have the passion for it anymore. So you kind of want something up and running on the side while you're still working your job. Now, I'm not telling you to do this on company's time. Please don't. I'm saying after hours, when you're finished with your other full-time job, then one of the things you can be doing is working on your side hustle. Okay, let's work on your side hustle. Okay, so I was gonna wrap this video up, but I think I got off track earlier about the whole 401k and stock thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in this video, but I'm gonna make a separate video about it. But I think I just want to go ahead and address it now. When I was in, and this is just my take on things, guys, don't take it personal. Don't beat me up in the comment section or anything like that. I just want to share with you how I saw it, and you know, just compare the two and see, do what's best for you always. So when I was in corporate America, I had a 401k, and the 401k was growing, and company was matching it. But they told me I couldn't have it for 40 years almost, like maybe 30, 30 years. I had to wait 30 years to get this money. Now, of course, I can take it out early and earlier than the 40 years. We all know we can take the money out anytime. We just get hit with the penalty. We get hit with, the tax, the high tax rate that is put on it if you take it out too early. So, of course, I know I can take the money anytime, but how the program worked is I was supposed to leave it in there until I was about 65 and a half or something, like 62, 65, I can't remember, 62 and a half, I think it was. So you're telling me I can't take this money for 30 years. But I was ready for my FIRE, financial independence, early retirement. I was ready to start living my passion today and being creative and going out and changing the world and helping the people that God put me on this earth to help, right? So I really wanted to get to that point a lot sooner, and I wasn't gonna wait 20, 30 more years or whatever the number was. So when I started when I bought my first house, which I made a video on, you guys can go back and watch that. And when I started buying investment properties, I realized I was getting cash flow today. Like, I'm up here waiting for a 401k to throw off, just an example, to throw off 40, okay, this is what they tell you. They say, an example, this was an example how they put it to us. Well, if you max out at $18,000 a year, and in 20 years you're gonna have $2 million. Okay, let me back up. Maybe it was $1 million. You're gonna have $1 million, and that $1 million is you can do a safety withdrawal rate of 4%, and you are gonna get 40 grand a year. And like I said, I don't have the calculator in front of me if my numbers are off a little bit, but let's just say 40 grand a year. So I'm like, 40 grand a year, that's 10 properties. Why don't I just go buy the properties and get the cash flow today? So when I show you guys how to do that method, I think what I'm trying to say is, it's not that you shouldn't have a cushion or some other money saved up outside of real estate, because real estate has up and down cycles as well, right? But what I'm trying to say is, you don't have to wait 40 years to retire, you guys. I mean, people are really catching on and realizing that they can take semi-retirement or become financially independent a lot sooner. Another thing is, people will say to me is, oh, well, I can't believe you don't have the 401k anymore. It has the best tax bracket. I think there's mainly financial planners. It has the best tax bracket. I mean, a tax savings. And if you're not doing it, then you're not saving on taxes. If y'all know anything about real estate and depreciation, you pretty much hardly pay any taxes. You know, it's not zero like the 401k, but you pay very, very little taxes once you own a certain amount of properties and you're taking depreciation. And I don't mean 100 properties, I mean 4, 5, 6 properties. You take so much depreciation that you can, it really reduces your, the income you make from like your full-time job if you're working for someone or working a corporate job or whatever. So I'm gonna make another video about that. It's just too much to go over in just one video. It's really, really hard to just do this in such a short video because the video will go on so long. But I really want to talk more about this because, and not to debate a financial plan or any video, I let people do what they want to do. I just know what works for me, and I know my clients and the people my tribe and the people who follow and reach out to me for advice, I know they are thinking the same way. Like, hey, I'm not waiting any longer. I'm ready. I'm ready to go live my life and do what my other calling in life, but I would like this extra income here going for me before I make this leap out of this stable job that I have with all these benefits. So yeah, you guys, let's talk about this a little more, but thank you so much for watching this video today, and please like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.